Good morning. In today's session, we are supposed to study about the need of induction motor, need of starter in the induction motor. So here, in previous session, we have seen about the three-phase induction motor. There are different types of induction motor like squirrel cage, slip-ring induction motor. Then we have seen the construction of induction motor. Then we have seen the power flow diagram. It means what? There are lots of losses in the induction motor that can be a variable loss or a constant loss. Constant loss you can take as a iron or a core loss and the mechanical losses. And about the variable losses, the losses which will be caused because of the copper. We are saying these as a variable losses. So these will occur due to the electric current flowing in a stator and the rotor winding. Then we have seen when we are giving the input power to the induction motor at that time, some power will given to the stator and some out of that power, some will goes as an input power to the rotor and some will goes as a constant loss. That is nothing but the stator loss. Again, if you see, when we are giving the rotor input power at that time, it will be again given some to a mechanical input power that will be given to a shaft and some will be given to the rotor copper losses. Rotor copper losses we are taking as a variable because rotor will rotate at that time. According to this, rotor copper loss will get changes and some will goes to the mechanical losses. Already this syllabus we have seen. Now we are supposed to see, is there need of a starter in the three-phase induction motor? So when we are saying, when we are supposed to use the induction motor at that time, when we will start the induction motor, that will be, if we are saying, there are two types of starter. So these are nothing but DOL, direct online starter. If we are making the direct online, only we are making the plug on and plug off. Jaise if you guys are using any machine, any AC machines, if you are using, we are using these buttons, these as a switch for making that machine as a on. So here we are saying there are two types of starter: direct online starter and a star delta starter. This is the star delta and this is the direct online. So we are saying what is the need of starter. So here when we are starting the induction motor at that time, if we are making that motor on only by using a direct online at that time, there is a main problem in the starting induction motor of the large or medium size because there is a need of requirement of a higher on current. When we are supposed to use induction motor at that time, if we are starting direct online machine. Krunal, please mute yourself. So when we are making that machine on at that time, we will require higher starting current. So this is when we are saying, when we are not using any starter to make that machine on. If we are making that machine direct online start at that time, we are saying there is a requirement of higher starting current because this current will be higher than the current for which this line we are designed. So we can say here we will need of a starter. So starter will be used to reduce the current that will be drawn at a starting for motor which will be exceeding its rate. So here we are supposed to use different type of starter which we can use in a squirrel cage induction motor. So here we are saying we are having the different types of starter, like we are having direct online starter, star delta starter, we are having auto transformer starter, star resistance started. We will see one by one. But in our syllabus, out of four, we are supposed to study direct online starter and star delta starter. That's why I have given only here two names. But actually, if you see, when we are supposed to use the starter in three-phase induction motor, at that time we can use in the squirrel cage induction motor, star delta, direct online, auto transformer, or we can use a stator resistance starter. So we will see about firstly direct online starter. So here, if you see, practically, it will look like this, and theoretically, when we are giving the three-phase supply at that time, when we are using the squirrel gauge induction motor, this is the squirrel gauge induction motor, it will be its stator, and here, when we are supposed to use the direct online, but here, as we are saying, in our syllabus, we are supposed to use three-phase induction motor. So here we are supposed to give three-phase power supply. So here in the direct online starting, the rated supply is directly applied to the motor. You can directly give this three-phase supply to this motor directly. But the starting current is usually 5 to 7 times the rated current, because when we are starting the induction motor, we will require higher amount of starting current. So we can say here, when we are making that induction motor direct online starting, at that time we can give that supply directly to the DC motor, directly to the AC motor. So here we are giving that three-phase supply to the stator. So here, when we are giving that three-phase supply to the stator, at that time, we will get the starting current that will be greater than 5 to 7 times than the rated current. And here, we are saying we will have starting torque that will be greater. So we can say the starting torque will be 1.5 to 2.5 times the full load torque. So when we are making the induction motor start directly online using the DOL start, you can see here direct online starter. It will consist of coil operated capacitor, the main capacitor cable. It will be consist of coil operated capacitor which can be controlled by start and stop push buttons. And when we will start, the push button is pressed. We can push, we can press that push button, and the contactor gets energized, because here we are using the capacitor. So when we are making the switch on, when we are pushing that button at that time, that contactor gets energized and it will closes all these three phases. ये यहाँ पे जो switch है ये close हो जाएगा. It means what? जो power दे रहे हो ये directly यहाँ पे मिल जाएगा. Because when we are giving the three-phase supply to the stator, and if you are making that three-phase induction motor directly online by using the DOL starter, at that time here we are using the capacitor, so it will get energized and it will closes these three phases of the motor. So here the stop button, when we will push that stop button, it will de-energize, because here that switch will become open and it will de-energize the contactor and it will disconnect with all these three phases to the induction motor. So here we can say when we are pressing the off button, when we are pressing the off button, at that time stop button will de-energize the contactor and it will disconnect all three phases to stop the motor. So small three-phase induction motor can be started by using the direct online starter. So this is the working for this three-phase induction motor, where we are making that motor on by only using the direct online starter. Only we are pressing that switch on and off. So here direct we can make that motor on or off. Now, when we are supposed to see about the star, delta, starter at that time. This is the common way of the starter and it can be used over the other type of starter. जैसे हमने बोला है, we are having the different type of starter like direct online, stator resistance starter, auto transformer starter. But out of all these four starter, we are using the star delta starter commonly because it is used for the induction motor, the stator winding of which, if you see, when we are using the three-phase supply to give the power supply to the three-phase induction motor, standard sequence, we are using the red, yellow, blue. That's why when we are using the three-phase, you can see here we are using the R by B phase sequence. So here, when we are supposed to use star, delta, starter, at that time, the stator winding of three-phase induction motor is nominally delta connected. Just wait. You will see the here diagram. When we are saying the delta, here you can see we are connecting R sequence to Y sequence. You can see here, this is the R sequence. We are connecting this to the Y. Y sequence, if you see Y sequence here, B sequence here. So here we are connecting at the stator. We are connecting this as a delta. And if this winding is reconnected as a star, if you see for these connections here, what we are saying here, when star means what? If we are making three terminals of three-phase induction motor, three-phase supply, one common, तीनों को एक जगह कॉमन किया है और तीनों के जो अदर साइड से वी आर टेकिंग हियर डिफरेंटली, वी आर सेइंग दिस एज अ स्टार कनेक्शन. एंड इफ वी आर कनेक्टिंग one terminal of R phase to the one terminal of Y. Y का second terminal we are connecting to the first terminal of B. Like this, we are making the triangle. At that time, we are saying this will be a delta. So when we are using the star delta starter at that time, we are saying here we are supposed to give delta connections that will be at the stator, and we can make that winding reconnected as a star connections. So this is only the supply how we are giving. This is the not diagram for the star delta starter. This is the only how we are giving the power supply. Now we can see when we are giving the star delta starter, when we are supposed to use star delta starter, at that time we are taking three-phase supply as a delta connected at the stator, and we are making reconnect that will be look like a star, and it will be given to the squirrel gauge induction motor. We can give that to the squirrel gauge induction motor. So practically it will look like this when we are giving the power supply. So here, when we are saying here, when we are giving the star delta power supply to the three-phase induction motor, at start the windings are connected temporarily in the star, and here we are reducing the phase voltage that will be 0.58 times of the normal voltage. But when we are saying, when we are supposed to use direct online starter, at that time, what we are saying, we are supposed to give the current that will be higher than load current, 5 to 7 times higher. But when we are supposed to use the star delta starter, at that time, we are saying we are giving here three-phase supply that will be temporarily in the star connections, and here we are reducing the phase voltage 0.58 times of the normal voltage. So here motor will behave as if it will be connected to the auto transformer, and here we will get the transformer ratio that will be 0.58, because here we are saying here we are supposed to reduce the phase voltage that will be 0.58 times. So we will get transformation ratio of 0.58. So here, when we are giving the three-phase starter, three-phase star delta starter to make the three-phase induction motor start, at that time, you will get the line current in delta that will be equal to IPH equal to, you will get IPH equal to VL upon ZPH, where VL will be load voltage, ZPH will be the impedance of that motor. So we can say we can use the star delta starter because here it will reduces the phase voltage. Again, we can see we can use different type of starter, like we can use the auto transformer starter. So we can see in short for the auto transformer and the stator resistance. Is there any issue? Okay. So here we can say about the auto transformer starter that can be used for both star connected or the delta connected squirrel cage induction motor. It is three-phase step down transformer with different tabs which will permits user to start the motor at the 50% up to 80% of the line voltage. It means what? Here we can use the transformer and we can use that auto transformer for star as well as for the delta connected squirrel cage induction motor. And in this starter arrangement, the current drawn from the supply will be less than motor current by amount equal to the transformation ratio. Again, we can use stator resistance stator. So we can say if we are using the stator resistance starter to start the three-phase induction motor, at that time we can select the resistance that can be 70% of rated voltage that can be used to the motor. And at the time of start, full resistance we are connecting in the series with the stator winding, and it will gradually decrease as motor will increases its speed. So we can say we can use the stator resistance starter also to start the three-phase induction motor. But if you see, practically we are using the direct online starter and the star delta starter. But if you see, we are using most of the times star delta starter. Now we want to see the next topic, that is the now we want to see there are different types of speed control methods for the three-phase induction motor, like we have seen in the DC motor also. So here already we have seen the torque equation. What we are getting the torque equation? T equal to constant term K into slip S into R2 into E2 square. R2 is nothing but rotor resistance. E2 rotor voltage. So we will get T equal to K into S into R2 into E2 square upon R2 square plus S X2 square. So we can say here we are supposed to study about the speed control methods of three-phase induction method. Three-phase induction motor. So there are three types of the speed control method which we can use for the three-phase induction motor. These are varying supply voltage and the supply frequency. Varying supply voltage only and varying rotor resistance. Rotor resistance R2. Supply voltage V. Varying supply voltage and supply frequency. Frequency we are taking and S equal to 120 F upon P. So we are having the equation for frequency also. So here we are supposed to study about the three methods which we are supposed to use for the speed control method. So what we are saying here, the speed of the induction motor will depend on various factors, like it will depend on the supply voltage, it will depend on the frequency, it will depend on the number of poles and the different factors. Because when we are supposed to use different three methods, what we are saying, we are supposed to use speed control. Speed is nothing but N, synchronous speed, ns, and only n, capital N is nothing but the speed of the rotor. So here what we are saying, we are having the formula in which we will get the speed that will be related with supply voltage, that will be related with rotor resistance, and that will be related with the supply frequency. How? We are getting equations. Ns equal to 120 F upon P. So we can say synchronous speed will be directly proportional with the supply frequency. Another, what we are getting? We will get the equations. N equal to Ns1 minus S. So here we are saying N is directly proportional to Ns. So in short, we can say the value of speed will directly proportional with the supply frequency. Again, we are having the equation for torque. How? T equal to S into R2 into E2 square upon R2 plus Sx2 square into 3 upon 2 pi and S. So here we can say the value of speed is depend on the torque, it is depend on the rotor resistance R2, and it is depend on the E2. Kunal, please mute yourself. So here we can say the value of speed. If you guys will get the equations, you can explain any method. Only there is a needed, you will needed these equations. Ns equal to 120 F upon P, you will needed N equal to Ns in bracket 1 minus S, and T equal to torque equations. T equal to 3 upon 2 pi Ns into E2 square R2 upon R2 square plus Sx2 square. These equations, you can solve the numericals and you will get this speed control method also. So we can see one by one. We will see first method, that is the varying supply voltage and the supply frequency. So here we are taking on the y-axis, we are taking here T. So T is nothing but time. So time ka reciprocal you will get here frequency. We are increasing the time. So we can say frequency will goes on decreasing. Frequency will goes on decreasing because here we are taking T. This T is nothing. ये T torque नहीं है. ये T मतलब है time. And here we are taking on the x-axis N. N is nothing but speed. So here we are supposed to see the relation of speed with the supply voltage and supply frequency. Supply frequency, you are taking speed with the frequency. So you can see here the best method to study about the speed control method for the three-phase induction motor is when we are taking the supply voltage and supply frequency. It can be varied to keep V by F constant. So we will get here speed regulation because here when we are using the varying supply voltage and supply frequency. So in short, we are varying V by F. So here, if we are varying voltage, either we are varying the frequency. So we can vary out of 2 1. So we will get here V by F constant. So we can say we will maintain here speed regulations. So it will be used in the power electronic circuit for the frequency and voltage controller. So here you will get the value of torque that will be maximum. So here we can see about by changing the applied voltage and by changing the supply frequency. So in this method of the speed control of three-phase induction motor, we are supposed to change the applied voltage, given voltage, we can say V, across the motor terminal. And if we are decreasing the voltage, it will decreases the speed of motor. And if we are increasing the voltage, we will get the increment in the speed. So we can say this method is very easy. It will be the cheapest method to control the speed of the three-phase induction motor, the three-phase induction method. And this method is not widely used because of some reasons, like if we are changing the frequency, what we are saying, we are supposed to change voltage. So here, large change in the voltage will be required for relatively small change in the motor speed. So we cannot use that method, because when we are supposed to change small change in the speed, we are supposed to change value of voltage. So there will be the large change in that voltage. Again, large change in the voltage that will make it disturb the magnetic conduction of motor. So when we are saying, when we are giving the power supply, that is the supply voltage, at that time conductor will get cut by the magnetic field and EMF will get produced according to the Faraday's law. तो इन शॉर्ट क्या हो रहा है, जब हम वोल्टेज को बहुत ज्यादा चेंज कर रहे हैं तब हमें स्पीड में थोड़ा सा चेंज मिलता है. बट व्हेन वी आर चेंजिंग दैट लार्ज changes in the voltage, there will be changes in the magnetic conditions of the motor. So we can say it will changes the flux density. So we cannot use that method, because if we are changing the large value in the voltage, that will disturb the magnetic conditions of the motor, and as it will changes the flux density. So here we cannot use this method widely because of this reason. When we are studying about the working principle of three-phase induction motor, at that time, IM is nothing but induction motor. IM. We are saying torque of induction motor will depend on the flux. It will, if we are saying value of voltage changes, the value of flux will change. And flux will changes, it will be डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल विथ V by F रेशियो, बिकॉज इफ वोल्टेज चेंज हो रहा है तो फ्लक्स का वैल्यू चेंज हो रहा है. सो इन शॉर्ट वी कैन से द वैल्यू ऑफ टॉर्क विल चेंजेस विथ द V by F रेशियो, एंड यू विल गेट synchronous speed ns equal to 120 F upon P. So we are changing the frequency, we will get, there will be change in the speed. With the load change, speed also changes. So by retaining V by F ratio constant, we will get the value of torque constant. If you see, we can see here the diagram. When we are changing the value of supply voltage and the supply frequency, at that time it will be practical. And here we can see the line diagram. When we are giving the three-phase supply to the three-phase induction motor, for motor which can be operated by a frequency converter, here we are changing the frequency, so you will get the change in the speed. So here you can see the diagram for when we are changing the value of voltage and frequency, at that time there will be changes in its speed, because when we are giving the three-phase supply by using the auto transformer, we are giving the power supply. At that time, if we are making here fuse disconnected and here we are giving the voltage frequency oscillator, we are giving here power supply to the three-phase induction motor. At that time, we are saying when we are supposed to make change in the speed of three-phase induction motor, we are supposed to change in a voltage that will be higher change. So we can say when we are giving the power supply and the frequency controller to the three-phase induction motor, AC motor is nothing but three-phase induction motor. So here we are supposed to change the power supply. So here we are changing the voltage and frequency variations. It means what? Here we can change the voltage, we can change the frequency by using the variable frequency controller, VFC, variable frequency controller. So we can change the value of frequency. So you will get the change in the speed. But we cannot use this method widely because it is having some limitations, like large change in the voltage will require for relatively small change in the speed, and large change in voltage will get disturbed, will changes the magnetic condition for the motor, and as it will changes the magnetic conditions, we can say it will changes the flux density. So here we have finished about First method, that is the First method, that is the changing the value of voltage and the frequency to change the speed of the three-phase induction motor. When we are changing the value of frequency, at that time, we are having the equations. What? Ns equal to 120 F upon P. So here we are changing the frequency of three-phase induction motor. This is the induction motor. When we are using the transformer, you will get the value of voltage, line power. You can give it to the fuse and disconnect to the VFO, variable frequency controller, and you are giving to the motor. So it will practically look like this. So here we are saying when we are giving the power supply to the three-phase induction motor, and when we are changing the frequency by using the variable frequency drive, at that time synchronous speed will change in a supply frequency, and also there will be changes in the speed because we are having the formula ns इक्वल टू 120 f अपॉन p. तो जैसे फ्रीक्वेंसी का वैल्यू चेंज हो रहा है, वी कैन से value of speed will changes. So synchronous speed will changes with change in supply frequency, and as synchronous speed will changes, running speed capital N will also changes. So that speed we can vary by changing the supply frequency, and this method is used where motor is directly powered from the generator. So here we can change the frequency by changing the speed of prime mover of the generator, and as we are increasing the supply frequency, speed of motor will also increases. And if we are decreasing the value of frequency by using the VFO, what will happen? The speed, synchronous speed of the induction motor will decrease, and as synchronous speed will decrease, we are having speed that will be depend on the synchronous speed because we are having the formula n equal to ns 1 minus s. So we can say when we are decreasing the value of frequency of three-phase induction motor, at that time its synchronous speed will also decrease, and as synchronous speed of three-phase induction motor will decrease, its speed will also decrease. So we can say if we are increasing the frequency by using the variable drive at the start of three-phase induction motor, we can increase its synchronous speed. So in short, we can increase the speed of three-phase induction motor. So we can say here, we can take one example like stator is wound with a three-phase winding, one for 4-pole and other for 6-pole for the supply frequency of 50 Hz. So synchronous speed with the 4-pole, how we will get ns equal to 120 f upon p. If they are giving frequency 50 Hz, you can take. If they are not giving, we are taking 50 Hz. p उन्होंने 4 दिया है, तो तुम्हें क्या मिल जाएगा? ns equal to 120 into 50 upon 4. 50 is frequency and number of pole we are writing in denominator. So 4, 120 into 50 upon 4, if you solve, you will get 1500 RPM. So we can say we can increase here speed. And if we are increasing the synchronous speed, we can increase its rotational speed. So here, now we want to see the another method we will see in the next class. If anyone is facing any issue, you can ask me. So in today's session, we have seen about the speed control method for the three-phase induction motor. So if we are supposed to change the speed at that time, we are having the three different methods like varying supply voltage and varying supply frequency, varying supply voltage only, and varying rotor resistance. So here, when we are studying about the three-phase induction motor, we will get ns equal to 120 f upon p. It means what? Synchronous speed will depend on the frequency, and we will get ns 1 minus s. It means what? The value of speed of induction motor will depend on the its synchronous speed. So we can say in short, its value will depend on a supply voltage as well as supply frequency, because we are having the torque equation in which we will get the value for speed as well as you will get the value for supply voltage and value for supply resistance. So varying these three components, we can vary the speed of induction motor. We can control its speed. So here in today's session, we have seen about the varying supply voltage and supply frequency. If we are changing the supply voltage, at that time, by changing the value of supply voltage, we can change the value of frequency. So you will get V by F constant. So by maintaining this constant, you can maintain the speed regulations of the three-phase induction motor. So here, when we are saying about the three-phase induction motor, at that time, its flux value will depend on the V by F ratio. And as torque is depend on the V by F, we are getting synchronous speed equal to 120 F by P. So we can say with the load change, we will get, there will be change in the value of speed. And by retaining the V by F ratio constant, we can maintain the torque constant. So you will get the regulation of speed for the three-phase induction motor. So when we are supposed to use three-phase induction motor and when you are supposed to regulate its speed by changing its supply voltage and the frequency variation. At that time, you can change its frequency by using the variable frequency oscillator. It means what? Here we can control its speed. It's control its speed by controlling its frequency. So when we are supposed to control the speed of three-phase induction motor at that time, you can change its supply voltage or you can change its frequency of three-phase induction motor by using the variable frequency. But if you see, it is having some disadvantages like large change in voltage will get required for relatively small change in value of speed. And if we are changing very large in the value of voltage, it will may disturb the changes in the magnetic conditions of the three-phase induction motor. And as magnetic conditions will get changed, it will changes the flux density. So here we have finished about the first method which we are using to control the speed of three-phase induction motor. So that method is nothing but variable supply voltage and variable frequency to three-phase induction motor. Remaining we will see in the next class. Now I am taking your attendance. If anyone is facing any issue, you can ask me. Otherwise, you guys can leave. Thank you. We can conclude our today's session.